In this episode, we're finally going to get the 70 Chevelle running. And all it needs is a carburetor and fuel lines and fuel filter and throttle linkage and springs, and got to figure out a gas tank, and I think it needs a battery. Got to find the key, but I mean, we're going to get it running for sure. Step 1, Quadra jet needs to go. These are halfway decent carburetors if you could figure out how to get them tuned right. I don't have patience for that right now. There's a shop up here in Minnesota called the Carburetor Shop. Picked up this 600 CFM electric choke Edelbrock for just 200 bucks, which, I mean, honestly, you can't beat. I haven't found a better deal. Even comes with the gaskets. Really nice guys. Other than that, we just need this adapter plate to go from a spread bore to a square bore. So we're going to throw this on, throw the carburetor on, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with the old linkage and the springs and the what have yous. And then I got to show you the fuel situation I got going on the back of this thing. I mean, I've seen some stuff, but you're going to have to tell me what happened with this thing. I don't ever really remember why I started using Edelbrock so much. I think it's just initially because the setup was so much easier on them. And I think Holley's a really good carburetor. I have a Holley on my other Chevelle, but the setup on it just a little bit different for me. I don't think that it's necessarily harder with the front and rear bowls, but Edelbrock just seems to have a pretty decent reputation for just slamming carburetors on and they just work. But I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. Maybe I'm missing something. Should be doing something differently. Guy never really knows. Putting these carbs on is hard on a guy's back. Especially since Sean lowered this Chevelle and basically put the front bumper on the ground. I feel like I'm trying to tie my shoes every time I'm under the hood. This will be hard for you guys to believe, but I actually went and bought the rubber caps for the vacuum ports. So you are in fact not going to see old fuel line stuffed with spark plugs on this episode, so sorry to disappoint you. So here's a little trick for you. This throttle bracket used to be the one that goes on the back of the Quadra jets all the way across. It has that like hump in it, and then it has the two bolts. Well, that doesn't fit the Edelbrocks, so I just take a death wheel and cut them off, and then they'll sit on this one stud, just like that. And if you're insecure and think these might move on you, just weld a little tab so it doesn't spin around. But this has worked great for me. I've been doing this for many years and have not had any issues whatsoever. This has, I don't know if you can see that, it has one of those cheap clear glass style fuel filters that you get at like O'Reilly's or Napa. Those would probably cause more engine fires than anything. So, and this one has clearly leaked all of the fuel out into the valley here. So I'm going to take that out and put in this nicer Edelbrock one. These come in black, red, and maybe like a silverish, I'm not sure. But this is the same price as one of these cheapies, so I'm going to go ahead and just swap this out. This might actually be considered me doing something the real right way, which is just mind-boggling. You haven't felt pain until you slip putting a hose clamp on and drive a flat blade screwdriver halfway through your finger. Alright, the easy part's done. I'm going to crawl underneath and show you my gas tank situation. We got to try to un-F all of that, and then hopefully we can fire this thing pretty soon. Someone explain to me what I got going on here. This is like, I don't even know what this is. Part of a giant rubber hose cut into pieces, kind of zip tied under here. I think we're gonna pull a bracket out, snip it off, Zeus it back together, try to get it back up to where it's the right length. And also I gotta drop this tank and figure out if the pickup tube has fallen off because I'm not getting any fuel to the engine. I really don't want to do this. Great brand. That's what that is the old 4324 HD Dev Bulk discs. So my plan here, I think, is just cut this and make lots of sparks and flame down here, and then overlap them and figure out how much I can cut out, and then hopefully we can figure that out. There's definitely fuel in here. That feels like 6.29 US gallons, give or take 0.7. Pretty sure this air hose is breaking my rib right now, but it's really hard to get down here for me, so just gotta tough it out. Yeah. Good enough. All right. Well, quick update. Just drank about a gallon of gas intentionally. There's a story here though. Before dropping the tank, which I mean you guys know is not fun, I thought guy might as well check on the old fuel line going from the pickup tube to the old, and I don't know where it went, but anyway, there was like 6 barrel connectors and loose hose clamps, and I could definitely see it not holding pressure, therefore it probably wouldn't suck very good to the front. So I put a new piece of rubber hose in there. I was able to blow back through the tank, and then I sucked out about a gallon and went ahead and gutted it. So I'm going to leave this sit just like this, and I'm actually going to try to find a battery, and let's crank on it and see if we can get gas up to the old juice box in the front. I don't know what it is, but a guy can just never have enough batteries around. So I got one out of the old camper. She's an interstate, has a top post, so I think it's going to work. And I'll show you my current fuel cell situation. About a gallon at a time. Stop. Well, we got fuel to the carb. That's good news. Go figure, the old battery's dead. So I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to start it. It's really late. I don't want to piss my neighbors off. They already hate me enough. And I got important work to do anyway, so I'm gonna let this charge overnight. Tomorrow, I mean, it should start right up. This motor literally has maybe an hour of runtime on it. I built it a handful of years ago, and it's basically just been driven on and off trailers, and that's pretty much it. So it should fire right up. But I'm gonna catch some shut-eye and We'll hit it again tomorrow morning. Hey, good morning. Day 2. Let's get this thing running. I've had the battery charger on it all night, so we should have enough battery. We're going to pour some really old, dirty gas in it and see what happens. I was just kidding. I was testing if the key worked. Okay, battery's hooked up. Now I'm really gonna see if it starts after my test. I don't know about you guys, but it sounds like it needs more really bad gas. Do that. More bad gas. First time it's ran in many, many years. I see paint burning off the headers right now. They've never even been broken. And I just bolted this carburetor on. Remember, we haven't adjusted it yet, so I'm going to grab a vacuum gauge and a screwdriver. We'll start dialing it in a little bit. Well, this gas that it's burning is just, it's like 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old, which is like the last time I put this motor in and had it running. It's just killing my eyes right now. It smells like just like bad stuff. Got the vacuum gauge plugged right into the front port here. Just electrical tape it on. I'm going to fire it up again, and then we'll do some fine tuning, see if I can get some more vacuum out of it. It's at about 13 pounds right now, which is actually not that bad at all, but actually great. But just make sure it doesn't load up when it sits in idle. So I'm going to fire it up and make a couple adjustments here. Don't think I've ever had that happen before right out of the box. It's pretty much right on. I'm just going to count how many turns down this right screw is. I'm just going to make the left screw the same. Counting halves. About two and a quarter. Quarter. Half, 1, half, 2. Let it back up. That's it. If I'm ambitious enough, throw a bumper on this thing, we can go do some burnouts. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for this episode. Glad it still runs pretty good. Glad it didn't die for drinking gas. Hit the subscribe button thingy down over here and the little bell doohickey. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.